Good morning friends, welcome to PSIR Analytica. I am Nikhil Gowda, the Political Science and International Relations faculty at InsightsIAS. So let's look into today's question. Today's question is 19 July 2022. The question is that compare and contrast the nature of political parties in developed and developing countries. The question is pretty straightforward, it is simple. Now what you do is that you need to bring the differences regarding the nature. Okay, so you can give certain subheadings here in that regard. But first start with an introduction, try to introduce political parties in that regard. So you can say here, according to Gabriel Almond, who presented the structural functional approach, and functional approach. So in this approach, what is the role he told to political parties? Political parties play the role of interest aggregation. Then you can say that political parties are a reflection of the social fabric of any society. So you can set the trend in this regard. Then you can go on to say that political parties differ in nature in developed and developing societies largely on the following factors you can go about. So one following factors you can write about here is that, so you can say in developing countries and developed countries, you can bring subheadings. So how do they differ or where do they differ in that regard? One, you can write about ideology. In developing societies, we mainly come across catch-all parties. There is no strict adherence to ideology. Almost all parties lack ideological clarity in that regard. So you can give example here of the recent coalition between Shiv Sena, Congress and the NCP in that regard. Whereas in developed countries or developed societies, we do find political parties which can be ideologically differentiated and who stick to the core principle of the ideology. Then coming to the second area of difference is regarding internal democracy. So you can see most of the developing countries, the political parties are dynastic in nature. The leadership, they emerge from family, or personality plays a very key role in that regard. So here you can give example of the Awami League in Bangladesh or the Indian National Congress in India in that regard. But in developed countries, political parties have internal democracy. Internal democracy in the sense you can say that they conduct primaries to elect the party candidates. Example, you can give the Republicans and Democrats in United States of America. Then third area of difference you can come with respect to women representation. Overall, the women representation political parties is less, but it is even more less when you compare to developing societies, because these societies are morely traditional and still patriarchal in nature. But comparatively, if you look at the developed societies, here women representation is more in political parties. We can give example of Finland based political parties where women have a higher representation in that regard. Then fourth, you can go with respect to structure. Here in developing societies, you mainly find political parties which have proper structure in their functioning at large, and most of the times these are family run business. But in developed countries, you can see most of the political parties have proper structure and organization or a cadre in the way they function in that regard. Fifth one, you can come in terms of financing. Many political parties in developing societies, they lack transparency regarding to their financial operations. They mainly bank on funding from multinational companies, etc. In developed countries, the party financing is more transparent and regulated. For example, you can take in United States of America, lobbying is being made legal in that regard. So finally, you can conclude your answer that irrespective of differences, according to Ignacy Piro, his studies shows that across the world, both in developed and developing societies, both developed as well as developing societies, the role of political parties are on decline and are going through a legitimization crisis. So friends, this can be the structure of your answer, this can be content of your answer. Try to give examples for each one of them, try to find out your own unique examples where you can match them. But this is how you can structure your answer, and these are the scholars what you can use in your exam. So with this, we have come to an end to today's discussion of PSIR Analytica. Again, we'll meet tomorrow with a new set of questions. Till then, take care and stay safe, and keep writing. You're going to improve over a period of time. It takes intense practice in that regard. So friends, again we'll meet tomorrow. Till then, take care. Thank you. Bye.